The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the hosts and guests and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the podcast platform, its affiliates, or even the hosts. The information provided is for general informational purposes only and should not be taken as legal, financial, or professional advice. The host and guests are not liable for any errors of omission in the content, nor for any losses, injuries, or damages arising from the use of the information provided. Listeners are encouraged to seek professional advice relevant to their specific circumstances.
Are we live? What's good, great people? I am Eza Moon, and I have a special guest in the building today. You guys, let me just prelude this real fast. There's a version of all of us that existed before the world told us, hey, who we were allowed to be, right? Tonight's conversation lives right there in the space between survival and self-definition. My guest is an artist whose journey reminds us that creativity isn't just expression, it's evidence. Evidence that we endured, evidence that we chose ourselves. She's a poet at her core, a musician by evolution, a mother by calling, and a woman who understands that identity is not discovered, it is declared. Tonight, we're not rushing, we're listening. We're honoring the stories behind the art. Please welcome my guest, Tasiya Owens, Mother Venom.
Hi. I can't hear you. I don't know what's going on.
You can't hear me at all?
No, I'm reading your lips though.
Oh, really? Oh, snap. That's kind of cool.
Hold on.
Okay, let's see.
I don't know if it's my. Oh no.
Hey, man, of course, look, something has to
At
happen.
first, I could hear the intro, but I
Mhm.
can't hear you.
Oh, snap. Try restarting it.
Just restart it.
Bam. Okay, so
Hey,
hey, man, you guys.
what'd you say about things working perfectly about 15 seconds ago? I think
Legitimately just had a whole thing about, man, everybody's here early, everything's working perfectly, we got it set up, I got this
yes,
nice intro, bro, we have it all. And
but that's
you
okay
know
though.
what?
That means you could redo the intro again. So we're just waiting for Lady Mother Venom to come back. So that's gonna be super dope, man. So super
Man,
dope.
man,
So how's your day
that
been, sir?
listen, it's been everything and more, goddamn. I
Right.
was
I
going.
think good.
Can you hear us?
Hello. Yes, I can.
All right, awesome. We gonna keep it going. You know, it's an absolute honor to have you on the show. How you feeling?
I feel so good. So excited.
That's what's up. That's what's up. You know, I was doing my research on you because you know I have to. So before the music, before the stage, poetry was your first language. What
hmm
originally pulled you into poetry, and what did it give you at that time in your life?
Oh my God. I was actually just having this conversation yesterday about how creative writing in general was the first way I was able to express my anger. And in that time period, a lot of people tried to tell me that what I was feeling wasn't anger. It was like sadness or like, just general unhappiness. But like, it almost felt like because I was a girl, like my anger looked different because I was expressing it a little bit differently. And trying to channel the anger I felt from my childhood was exactly what made me wanted to get into creative writing. And then ultimately, poetry was like the main way that I express myself.
So would you say that when poetry was an escape or a mirror?
Both. I've been so introspective my whole life. Like I tell people now, I've never been scared of the monsters under my bed because, like, they were my first friends. Like I saw so many ugly parts of myself from a really, really young age, and then wrote about them, talked about them, and was like, okay, if I love these parts, why can't I love myself as a whole? Like, I love all the tiny parts. I love the bad parts, even. Like, I think I'm funny. Like, even when I'm angry, I'm funny. Even when I'm mad, it's art. Like, so it definitely was a mirror that allowed me to see a lot of beautiful things in me. through all the ugliness, but also express myself and like have other people understand me better.
You know, do you remember the first thing you ever wrote?
I don't. I've written so many things my whole life,
You're right.
but I do
I'm
know
gonna-
my first word that I ever learned how to spell was biology, which makes sense because I have a degree in biology.
hey, that makes sense. Oh my God, don't. So funny enough, right? When I first got to undergrad, that was my first major because I was like, oh, I'm gotta be a doctor because
Doctor.
I have to because I'm African. So yeah, you gotta do it. And so I was like, nah, all right. So I tried it and I said no, and I ended up in something totally departed
Yeah.
from that. You know, but I loved it. I love my new major. I love my minor, and even
Mm.
subsequently, I love my master's and my doctoral like stuff. So it's a
Ooh.
yeah, yeah. I'm one of the ones that decided to say, okay, yeah, let's just keep going back to school. But
Back to school.
yeah. Um. So, through supporting Jakari Smith, you discovered
Mm.
music as a capability within yourself.
Hmm.
Can you walk us through the moment you realize, wait, this is also mine?
Yeah, no, it's so funny because Jakari and I, and then a bunch of our friends started this thing called Wednesday Sessions in summer
Mhm.
of 2023, I want to say. And I I watched him perform many times before then, and I was like, "Oh my God, like this is in front of me." Like local art was so different to me because I had just moved back from Germany, and I was so tapped out of mainstream art, let alone like local. So I moved back. I made all these friends who did music, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna be like supporting in the background. And then every so often they'd be like, "See, you gonna write to this? Like, you got a beautiful voice. Like, are you gonna write?" And then we like did a bunch of demos that were just us playing around and like playing. And playing is so like important to me. Like the art of play, the sacredness of it is so important. So for me, it didn't feel like something I had to do. It was just like, oh, I get the opportunity to make music with people who've been doing it for so long, who are experts in their craft. And then me and Jakari did a bunch of demos together. And I was like, wait, I could have does this. Like, y'all fucking with it too? And it was just such a beautiful, affirming moment for me, especially in the world of art and like having people hear my words in a way that's not me just talking to a camera or me having one-on-one conversations. And yeah, and then I took a little bit of a break when I was pregnant with my son, and I wasn't really tapped in, and they welcomed me back with open arms right after.
Would you say that that group was who believed in you before you fully believed in yourself, or was there
Yeah,
anybody else that stepped into your life? Oh,
absolutely. Absolutely. There were moments that I've even said on the mic this year that if I gave up tomorrow, nobody would be at my door knocking on it saying, "You got to get up and keep making music, keep grinding." And I've had many people come up to me, but one like that stuck with me forever. His name is Andrew. He came up to me and he was like, "I want you to know I will be at your door tomorrow if you ever decide to stop making music." And just the idea that somebody is going to hold me accountable and they don't have to at all because they believe in me was just so like, oh, like I mattered to you. That was a lot.
it's always a beautiful thing to find people that will actually show you that they care, that you
Hmm.
matter to them, that remind you that you're a priority in their life. But even when it comes to your dreams, and will literally just hold your feet to the fire whenever you're ready to walk away from what it is that what you feel like you are destined to do.
Yeah.
How often do you struggle with like deal with those thoughts of like, I gotta I got to move away from this, or is that not something that you have to process now?
So this is like a two-part thing for me because so when it comes to performing, I don't get anxiety. I don't get fear. I get only excitement. I'm just always so excited to be on it. If anything, I get anxiety afterwards, hoping that people understood what I said and like resonated with something before they left. But
Right.
it's so ingrained in me that I'm supposed to be a performer and an entertainer, and I'm supposed to pass on a message that it's not even a fear. But daily, I do have imposter syndrome, and I think most artists do. And I think that's what keeps people humble, because the only people I know that don't experience that are actually kind of trash. And I mean that objectively. I mean that so objectively.
Like
But
trash
you
human
have to have,
beings or just trash at the art? Like which one?
trash at the art.
Okay, got you, got
Uh,
you.
you always have to know yourself that there's room for improvement. Otherwise,
Right,
like, what's the end goal? If you've reached your goal, where are you
right.
gonna grow to? Because people don't want to watch the same person over and over again. That's why we watch seasons of shows, like the character development, you know. But if you think you made it, I don't want to watch that.
You know what's funny about that? Like that kind of like leans towards something that I was actually talking with a friend of mine just yesterday about was, hey, the artists when they're on their way, you know what I mean? Like when
Yeah.
they're struggling and they're still in the hood and they rapping for real and
Mhm.
until when they actually finally get to that, oh, I done made it, and how the music just changes, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of it kind of misses when it comes, when it comes to like, hey, you're the person who you were when you on the come up. That music was fire. I can
Mhm.
tell you were hungry because you was dropping stuff that I mean, it made my soul sing. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
when it came to you being at this plateau now, it's just
Yeah. I don't feel it no more.
I don't feel it. I'm not
I don't
feeling
feel it.
it. Yeah. Um, I want to get into a little bit more personal, right? So you were married from
Mhm.
18 to 25.
I was.
And during those are the years where most people are still becoming themselves, right?
Mhm.
Looking back, what did that season teach you? And would you ever encourage someone that young to make that choice?
I'm gonna answer that last question first.
Mhm.
Yes, because a lot of people told me in that moment not to do it, and I'm really, really glad I listened to myself, because while it ended on a very painful note, it was the entire experience was me growing up with someone else. That's why, like, even though I'm not in contact with my ex-husband, I often refer to him like, and this sounds weird sometimes, but like a brother, because we grew up together. Like, we had so much developmental periods together. We learned so much about ourselves by being together. We had so many adventures. Um, so like I'm always harboring on the good things that happened, because I wouldn't have stayed for so long had it not been so pivotal for my growth. But yeah, I feel like as long as you feel inherently safe and you know that like you're about to be on an adventure, get married. But if you feel like your life's about to end in some way, like you're not gonna grow, play, like if you're not sure that this person's gonna bring something exciting into your life, I wouldn't say it's worth it that young. But we were about to go on an adventure, and I knew that. And I've never shied away from something that's going to make me learn something about myself, which is another reason why I was like, I'm in. We're doing this. Like, and if it works out forever, that's wonderful. But if it doesn't, like, who gonna check me? But I definitely feel like the biggest thing that I learned about myself, was that while I have a lot to give people, I don't give enough to myself. And I think people say that a lot, but genuinely, I put myself last a lot. And I got mad at other people for it. And now I'm so anti people pleaser. I'll be like I was just telling the story today about how I went on a camping trip with somebody I was dating briefly. And I told him beforehand, I have no son this weekend. So what I'm going to do is nothing. I'm not helping y'all clean. I'm not putting up a tent. You won't catch me putting trash in the trash can. You gonna do all that. And if that's okay with you, then bring me. But if it's not, I'm happy staying back. I'll do my own thing. And eventually, people got mad at me for that, even though they all agreed that they were happy with that. But it's just like taking people as they are, agreeing to things that within boundaries that are okay with you, and I stick by them. I stick beside myself ultimately. And I'm so, so happy with myself at the end of the day, even when I sound problematic, that I chose myself over and over and over again.
Oh, that is definitely a blessing. I mean,
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you, well, hold on, side note. So you ain't even like you ain't even put the candy wrapper that
No,
was right there.
I held it like this. I said, go ahead.
Oh,
And I took that
you
out,
was
put it in the
hey,
trash. Well
la-
trained.
ladies, ladies and gentlemen, kid-free weekends are
Kid free,
sacred.
sacred.
Kid-free.
Yeah, I'm
Sacred.
not the chains.
Sacred.
Like, we're not doing this. What you mean? I'm not putting no diaper in the trash. I'm not putting nothing in the trash.
I ain't changing a thing.
Mm-mm. Immovable object. Unstoppable force.
Amen. I'm finna lay down and call it. Um,
Hmm.
I was gonna ask, how did that shape the woman you are now? But it seems like it helped you redraw your boundaries,
Mm.
with you being so much more anti-people pleaser.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I'm a firmer person now. I still have like tendencies to hold space for people that don't necessarily deserve it. Um,
Mm,
I think that like I've moved on from being so other people oriented to, okay, I'm only giving what I don't want back or I don't need back, or I'm gonna be mad if I don't get it back. So I'm in that space in my life, but now I'm in a mode where so initially when I meet people, when I welcome people into my life, I start out with all of my love, and then the things that you do kind of either chip away at it or they overfill the cup and we good. But I've learned that now I kind of need to meet people as they are. Oh, don't give, don't take, just meet people as they are, and then either build that love or step back. And that's the season I'm in now. So it's like it's going further into um just not expecting things out of people and not allowing people to put too many expectations on me that I'm not agreeing to.
mm. I feel like you're further along in a direction than I am because I still, when I meet people, I'm like, oh, all right. Of course, I've been through my experiences that have taught me, that have given me a great deal of discernment, right? But in that discernment, right, with the people that I'm like, oh, okay, well, this people are good, are cool enough, or have a good enough energy to where I'm able to
Mm,
present my full self, and give my full heart to them. But
mm-hmm.
as time goes by and characteristics are shown that betray who they originally presented themselves as, it does still chip away from me,
Yeah,
at that love, that I want to give, because
yeah,
I don't believe that we were brought on here to be selfish. I don't think we were put on this earth to. I believe that our lives were created to serve. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Whether in some way or some way, shape, or form. And so for people to exude that selfishness, it really is off putting for me. And honestly, for me,
yeah,
that's how I draw back. You know what I mean?
yeah. Absolutely. I feel the same way because my nature is to be giving. My nature is to give whatever somebody looks like they need, even if they don't say it. Um,
Right.
but in turn, I don't believe that we can be community to people who aren't community minded. And
Mm,
that's been my biggest issue because if you're in my tribe, you can have my last dollar because I believe you would do the same thing for me. And not even
mm,
just believe, I know you would. And I think that's the point of discernment I'm trying to be in, where not everybody can be tribe, not everybody can be your village. And just like I am constantly trying to do the interview process and like prove to my friends that I love them and I want to be there for them, I want to be there for their kids,
right.
they kind of have to do the same for me because I do have a lot to lose and so do other people. And I no longer feel like it's selfish to require that, like that back and forth. I think that too much we like take note of what each other has too, and like were like, "Oh, you've got more money than me, so you should do these things for me." And I'm like, "Mm, yes and no." Like, yes and no. If it's necessary, I'm just, my money is our money. But there's also points where I'm like, yeah, but when I needed a shoulder to cry on, you weren't there. You told me you couldn't be. So there's so much give and take, and all energy should be shared equitably, not even equally, but like whatever we can give, we give. And I can't be around people who are only taking.
I respect that. So that thought process, does that carry over in a relationship as well? Like, hey, my money is our money.
No.
See, all right,
No.
look, hey, y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning in. This was great. No.
Okay, I actually am notorious for saying my money's my money and your money is my
Oh, that is a wild concept in 2026. That is woo. And you
money. Okay,
got a degree. And you
I will
in
say
biology. And you say,
I will
woo.
say that's more so in the dating process, because I
Okay.
feel that women need to be courted, but in a
Mm,
full partnership of like, oh, we're married. Oh,
mm.
it's whatever. It's 100 with 100. Like whatever both of us our dream is, and I know we're both pouring into it. I'm gonna do anything I need to get there, and I know you are. But in the dating process, before I know that we're getting married, absolutely, absolutely, you're courting me, buddy.
Oh wow. So yeah, let me get all of that. All of it.
Maybe not all of it. I'm gonna let you pay your rent and stuff, but like, chill.
I get to have my own rent. Oh, bet. That's so. Thank you. You're so kind, so kind, so kind. Um, I I wanted to get into into something really quickly. But it's around about that time, so we're going to have to. You ready?
Is it a is it a commercial?
Commercial.
WSAN Radio, the soul of America and beyond. Join DJ Ron G and the WSAN crew every day for the Ron G Morning Show, Funk Friday, and Gospel Brunch Sunday. From local heroes to national guests, WSAN Radio connects you to the pulse of our community. One song, one story, one soul at a time. WSAN Radio, where music, motivation, and movement come together. Streaming live, follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and WSANradio.com.
Got me together with this two-piece. It's the good leggings, no see-through business.
And we are back. Well, thanks so much to our sponsors for advertising with us. And if you guys need to advertise with us, please make sure you guys reach out to the United Front Network. Mother Venom,
Mm-hmm.
really quick question. You freestyle?
Oh God,
I'm
I might sound
asking you.
like Dr. Seuss when I freestyle.
But you
I be
can
doing
still
one fish, two fish. Like.
look. I'm from Houston, where we literally like to start off our freestyles. We literally start. Everybody starts off. Man, hold up. I done came down. I done came down, and I'm out to H Town, and you got to just go from there. Like just literally and make it work.
Oh my goodness, no, Every time I freestyle, if I'm not drinking, it
Mhm.
sounds ridiculous. I have had some really good ones where I'm like just spazzing out
Flow
on the mic,
state.
and people are like, "Write that down." I'm in
Mm,
flow state, yes, but
yeah,
no, not normally.
I
Mm-mm.
got you. I got you. I
You won't
was
catch me slipping.
don't worry. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to at least get at one time. One. It don't got to be on the interview now, but I am gonna have to hit you up about a couple bars because I got to get the. Got to get that. I got to get that. I got to get that. I should put together a
Okay.
cipher for everybody I interview, but yeah, one day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That would
Um.
be fun.
So you lived in Germany for a period of your life.
Hmm.
How did the support and the sense of community there compare to what you've experienced here in America?
Ooh. Honestly, they spoiled me so much that I had higher expectations when I came back.
Mhm.
Here in SAC, we're like notorious for, especially in that time period before I left, everybody always hated SAC. We found SAC so boring. There was nothing to do, like, especially at the age I was at. And everybody was so separate. Like, nobody talks to each other. There's so much drama. Everybody was in competition at that time. And then when I moved to Germany, everybody's so loving. Like, even if they didn't talk to you or even couldn't speak to you in your language, like all my neighbors would show up with food once in a while. Or if they noticed that my grass wasn't cut, they'd be like, "Do you need me to help you with that?" Like, there's so much community because they take pride in, like, this is our community and there's a reason that you can't do this. I'm going to help you do it. And we gathered so much together to like share meals, not even talk most of the time, just share meals. I'd be around people's kids. We'd sled in the neighborhood like when there was snow. One of my neighbors helped me get out of my house when we got snowed in one time. It was just very like, we don't have to worry about the city coming out to do it because we got us. And here I'm genuinely afraid of, like, if I needed something, I can't ask my neighbors. And we had a fire alarm in my building yesterday, and they didn't tell us it was a drill. So I grabbed all my dogs, my belongings. I said, yeah. And then I got outside. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to have to ask Clarice if she needs help in her wheelchair. Oh my God. Like, we can't use the elevator. Like, I'm thinking all these things. And ended up being nothing. But in my head, I was thinking all these things. But I was wondering, like, is anybody thinking about me? Would anybody have knocked to see if I was in the house? But not everybody's built that way.
It seems like that's version of a version of you from Germany with those experiences still lives with you today. And
Absolutely.
it's in that thought process of like, oh, my neighbor, my she needs help with a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And you mentioned dogs. How many dogs do you have?
Okay, chill. I got 3.
Oh, you chill. You chill.
No,
You got
chill.
3 dogs.
They're
Who
chihuahuas
said
though.
what you thought this was? 101 Dalmatians? What's going on with you?
I'm
So
a
just
collector. There can be crazy
okay.
cat ladies, but not crazy chihuahua ladies. Double
You
standard.
time out. Crazy Chihuahua Lady is also the title of another track on your upcoming project. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. Now you gotta
Honestly,
do it.
you keep
And you just
clocking me. These are great bars. Like, oh my
I'm telling you,
goodness.
like you said one earlier as well in the interview. Run it back, and you're gonna be like, "Oh snap!" Yeah, you
Yeah.
did. You what's called? You got that. You got that. What's the symbol? What do people do for clocking it? What is
Clock
that?
it.
Got you. Well, I'm
Hmm.
old, boy. Um, I gotta know.
Hmm.
Mother Venom, Tasiya.
Hmm.
How do those identities coexist, and when do they come into conflict?
Um, I think they most come into conflict when I'm with my son,
Mm,
because all of those boundaries, all of those like um things that keep me strong in the real world don't apply to him. I belong to him. I am responsible for him. For me, like, the hierarchy of responsibility doesn't go like up. Like, I'm not training him to be responsible for me later. And I want to be everything he needs, everything he can come to. That way, I can empower him in the future to want to take care of me when I can't take care of myself. Not that he's obligated to. And so, like, there's so much selflessness in that's so not Venom. Venom's not like that. Like, Venom takes what she needs from life, not out of other people's hands or mouths, but she takes from the world what she needs. And I will give it back. I'll spread the love like I put so many other people on in the process, but never to my own detriment. But my son, if I only had to feed one of us, it's him. If I could only bathe one of us in warm water, it's him. If if one of us had to laugh and the other cry, it's him. Like, I'm so secondary to him, and that's where Venom doesn't exist. But they coexist because I am such a natural performer. Like, even when I'm sad, all I want to do is make my son laugh. I wake up depressed sometimes, and all he has to do is look at me and go, "Nana," for more food, because the nigga can eat. But he'd be like, food, first thing in the morning. And I'm like, you know what? You funny as hell. Like, all right. And then we're up dancing. Even when I'm tired and I don't feel like it, we're up dancing, singing. I rap to him. Like, and also where they coexist is if my son doesn't like it, I'd never perform it. So if I'm rapping and my son's gigging with me, it's going on stage. But if he's not, you're never seeing that song.
Okay.
So there's a lot of overlap, but there's a big point of contention when it comes to like um my values. My values as a mom are very, very much different than my values as an individual.
Which one needs protecting more?
Ooh, to see it as a mother, which is why I think Venom exists in the real world, so that people fuck with me a little bit less.
Mm.
Yeah, I think the stronger I am as like my public face, the less people are invited into my home. Like, I've only allowed maybe 10 people in my home since he's been born. There's been so much more discernment and who can even meet him. I don't, and when people accidentally meet him when he's with his other parent, they're always like, "Oh yeah, I met your son. He loves me." And I'm like, "Slow down. That nigga don't know you. All right? He doesn't know that you're a bitch, actually."
He's just
But, you know,
kind. He's just kind. Like,
he just likes to laugh, you know?
you know.
But yeah. Yeah. So mom definitely needs more protecting, and Venom. I think that's where Mother Venom comes from. That I think in the name is two to separate people, because sometimes people only call me Venom, and that's how I know the part of me they're seeing in that moment. And then some people call me Mother, and that's the leader of me. That's the soft part of me that sometimes people get to see. She's not always out there, but when they do see a softer version of me and they're not my son, that's Mother.
I respect that. I respect that. My friends see the softer version of me whenever, if we're out and about and we're having a grand old time. I become the mom of the group because I'm like, okay, you good? You guys need waters? Is everybody
Um,
okay? All right, we getting Ubers and like and the sad part is I'll probably be one of the more lit people, but hey, is
yeah,
everybody good here? You good?
yeah.
Okay, all right, we're gonna make it home today. We got stuff to do tomorrow, and we're responsible adults. By the way,
We've got jobs.
we got jobs and dreams and
And
dreams.
dreams.
Oh, by the way,
No,
you gonna go ahead.
when I'm with my friend group, like the people I
Mhm.
trust with my whole heart, and we're out like drinking and having a good time, I'm also definitely the mom of the group. I have one other friend who doesn't drink very often, so she's definitely the person who like makes the decisions. Like, we're going here next. We're going here next. But I'm the one that's like, "Yo, you good? I see you walk a little funny. You need some bread? You need some water?" Or
You need
like,
some
I'm the one that
bread.
like, yeah, if you are actually throwing up or something in the bathroom, I'll be the one to hold your hair back. I'll be the one to clean you up. I've bathed my friends before, and I'll do it again. because she was just having a great time.
I'm just letting you know you also have two more tracks as well. The first one, Second to Him. That is a very good one, by the way. It could
Mm.
be an ode to your son. And
Oh, that's
then
beautiful.
the next one is You Need Some Bread, which could be, hey, your track about a lit night. Like, oh yo, let me tell you a story about that one time in just in Sacktown. You know what I mean? Like this
You need to send me this list because it's
I
getting
wasn't. Hey,
good.
listen. Hey, I got you. I got you. Like you're killing it. Like you're killing
I'm
it.
gonna turn my
Uh,
car on so that my phone can charge too. I don't want it to even
almost there.
accidentally die. But,
No, most definitely. See, look, this is when we should have did the commercial break right here. So you know what I mean. But
so embarrassing.
no, you're good. You're good. You're good. Um, as we as we look to 2026 and beyond, right?
Hmm.
You talked a lot about being a mother first, and even in your name, how that's even highlighted, right? Um, what does it look like realistically balancing motherhood and your dreams?
It can be difficult, but I've given myself no other option.
Mm,
So I've realized over the years that when I give myself plan Bs, plan A never works. And it's only when I have plan A that I'm destined for greatness. So I used to work in like medicine and social work. I've been a medical assistant and a medical social worker my entire adulthood. And then a couple months after my son was born, I first of all realized I couldn't live somebody else, like work on someone else's dream and be a mom at the same time. That was never going to work for me. I can't help make money for another organization and be a mom because those are two giving things. I can't
right.
give dually in that way. And I just decided, I was like, I'm going to be a full time artist and I'm going to pay my rent through art. And I've been doing that for, I want to say, a little over a year, maybe a year and a half now. And since I've given myself no option, all my bills are paid. So I'm like, I don't even have to worry about it anymore. It feels really, really like a blessing. And I always say money flows to me like water. And the more I spend it, the more it comes back to me. So I try my best to only spend like locally. And when a lot of my neighbors are unhoused. So anytime I walk past, if I can buy you food, if I can give you money, if I have cash on me, it's yours. Like that cash doesn't exist to me anyway. I'm just a girl. But I try to spend freely so that it comes back tenfold, and it almost always does.
Cash doesn't exist to me. I'm just a girl. Yo, fam, I'm so sorry. I've never heard that statement ever in life. Cash doesn't exist. Cash
You
doesn't
you've
exist
never met
to
Venom
me.
before.
I'm just a girl. That's the title of your other one.
I'm just a girl.
Cash doesn't exist to me. IJAG. I'm just a girl. Use that. Use
That's funny.
IJAG. You funny. That is hilarious. I've never heard that before. But I respect that though. Like money flow. I wholeheartedly respect that because of the fact that you're actually out there giving of your resources to somebody else to help make their lives better. Of course, it's gonna flow back into your life.
Yeah,
Of course, it's gonna flow back to you. That's good. And
it's good karma.
it is. And I love when good people do good things for people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So um my gosh, man. Mm, mm, mm. Uh so you have a quote, right? And
Mhm.
I was sitting with this one because I'll tell you what my major was eventually. But you have a quote, and it was everything I was meant to create, I was guaranteed to survive. What did you have to survive in order to fully believe that?
Everything but childbirth. Everything I've ever made, like any poems, any songs, any relationships,
Mm,
even that I've been a helping hand in making. any work I've ever done, any jobs I've ever worked, those were all things I was guaranteed to survive. Like it wasn't a life or death thing. And even when they felt like my life was ending, like my marriage, when I got divorced, I thought my life, like I there were moments that felt like I was dying. In the process of changing my life, and I did, like there was parts of my psyche and my ego that did die in those times, and I've never been the same person, and I'll never will be again. But those were all things that like life guaranteed I'd survive through. Like a man will come and go, friends come and go, work comes and goes. Poetry is just words on paper at the end of the day. Like that's never going to kill me. But childbirth was the only method of creation that I wasn't ever guaranteed to survive. And I think that we like glaze over it sometimes because we all came into this world in that way, but it's not as lighthearted as we make it seem. And in that moment when I was in labor, I kept thinking like this could kill me, and like what a blessing it is to be able to bring in this life, even if it's at the cost of mine. I would do that for him a million times if I had to, and that's how I knew I'd be a good mom. So he's my greatest creation, and then he empowered me to realize like anything after him I can't overthink, I can't be too nervous about, because I've already done the biggest thing. I already created the most beautiful thing in the world. Like everything else will come secondary, and it's beautiful regardless.
Before you came to that conclusion, who were you when you didn't believe that yet?
Mm, that's a big question. I I have a line in one of my songs where I kind of say that like I used to treat men like subscriptions, because I used to be a very male centered person. Not at the detriment to like female friendships, so it never got to that extent of like my relationship with women and how I see women, but I used to be a very male centered person, and because of that I wasn't me centered at all. And I had to like in that 9-month period, and then especially on that bed giving birth, had to reroute and honestly skip the me part. I had to skip the I had to go from one man to one man, actually, like not caring about all these other men who like why am I being so male centered? What the heck? And then now I'm almost in the blink of an eye, this little boy is my entire world. And then because of him I had to learn how to love myself. Even more, like he expedited the process like crazy. So, yeah, I think that's who I was before. I was definitely a person who almost every day in some way I was thinking about the male gaze.
And appreciate you for sharing that, sincerely. I want to go into. All right, I got to do this.
Hmm.
Okay,
Should I be nervous?
you said what?
Should I be nervous?
No. You good. I was going. I do want to tell you this though. I watched your your reel that you had for like from January to December.
Hmm.
I watched that, and I saw that you had a relationship where apparently that person didn't actually like you or they hated
Mm.
you. And I was very, very concerned. I was like, wow, that is hmm, hmm.
Yeah.
Um Nowadays I feel like it's very easy to run into that, right? You find, the initial euphoria of finding, oh hey, we could be partners in life
Yeah.
together, like, and this is gonna be lit. And
Yeah.
then, you realize time goes by, yo, this he don't like me or she don't like
Mm.
me. Like, yo, like
Hmm.
they really not rocking with me like that. So
Yeah.
moving forward, I want to actually ask, this is my kind of fun question, kind of. but really I want you to ask you this. What's your biggest dating red flag right now? And your
Mm.
biggest green flag?
Ooh, okay. I think the first thing that comes to mind with red flags, other than people who don't love themselves, because that's a red flag for everyone. Friends
Mm.
too. If you don't love yourself, you can't love me. But bigger than that, that it's still in the same pocket, but like you don't you wouldn't even believe how many dates I've walked out on mid date for this one line. And it's I can't believe you're here with me. Matter of fact, me either. You don't have to tell me twice. I'm out of here. Like,
Hey, yo, I'm gone.
I'm gone. Say less. Actually, now that you said something, I'm out of here. Like, maybe I shouldn't be here if you can't believe it.
Oh, you ain't even stick around for the entree. Like you just said,
No,
no, I'm
I've
gone.
lost my appetite. Lift is on the way. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. I can go eat somewhere else. It's never that deep.
Dang.
But I've walked out on probably 6 or 7 dates in 2025 based on some version of that line. And I'll do it again. I will do it again.
Okay, that's it.
But
That's
my
it.
biggest green flag is a simp. And I say that jokingly.
Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out now. Get out of your
No,
car. Go
no,
ahead. Cut
okay.
that light off. Cut it
No, no,
off.
no.
Yeah.
Okay. Hear me out. Hear me out. In my head, as a simp is the safest form of man for a woman because you've proven you like women. There's so many men out there who are heterosexual, but they're homo romantic. They don't want to live a life with a woman. They don't want to talk to a woman at the end of their day. They don't want to let a woman in on their biggest struggles or their biggest accomplishments. They want to talk to their bros at the end of the day. And that's beautiful because I want to talk to my girls all the time. But if I'm in a heterosexual relationship, I also want the man I'm with to be the person that I celebrate everything with. That I come to when I'm stressed, that I come to when I'm so excited about something. And I want that back. I want someone to think, "Oh my god, that crazy thing happened. I can't wait to tell Tasiya." I love that. But I've been in relationships with men who their first 10 thoughts are all they niggas. And I'm like, you couldn't call them second? Like, I don't know. That sounds a little crazy. Unless you work together or unless this is y'all's business plan together. You know, there are
Mhm.
things that make sense sometimes. But what you mean you want to share your successes with your woman? Weird.
You know, I okay, all right. So I'm gonna let you know right now. I feel you. I do feel you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the simp thing, I'm gonna set that to the side because I mean maybe in Texas it's a whole nother word, but the simp thing, I'm gonna set that to the side. But I do feel you on that one part because honestly speaking, who gonna the person that's gonna end up that's if you get in trouble, the person that's gonna bail you out is your lady. Person that you
Yeah.
gonna want to, your fellas can't give you no boom boom. So you got it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand
You
the
want them to kiss you on the forehead too? You want
yeah.
them to scratch your scalp for you? No.
By the way, y'all, in case y'all didn't know, them scalp scratches are the top tier forms of non-sexual intimacy. S-
Mm-hmm.
Scalp scratches, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but no, like when it comes to that, like as far as I feel I can see it, but it's for me maybe because I live my life the way in which I live my life. Um, I don't think that I mean I don't believe that men well most men most men in the South. Yeah,
Mm.
I don't believe that most men in the South are like, oh, we're gonna run to the fellas. But then I mean, because you want to be able to go to your life partner and
Yes.
celebrate with your life partner. Maybe let me switch it up. Most men after a certain age, you want to go
There it
to
is
your
too.
life partner and
There's
live your and literally enjoy your life partner. Like yo, like she's with me through and through. There's no way that I wanna like I'm finna I just made partner or I just acquired that apartment building that I've been trying to buy for the longest and I'm finna run tell that to the homies
yeah,
unless that's not like you said, like unless it's a business partner for sure. But if
yeah.
that's not that, then nah, your significant other should be the first person. That's
I think that
wild,
you
man.
made a I think that you
Hmm.
made a great point, like of it being different places. Because here in California, men are built a little bit differently. The
Mm.
men I've dated who are from the South, they are like that. They're exactly how, and that tells me everything I need to know about like you and your people and how you value women. But here in California, honestly, and it's not even a joke anymore how they think they the prize. And I feel like women don't even think like that until men start to feel like no, you gotta prove yourself to me. And I'm like, why aren't we just dating? Like
That,
now I have to pull out the games because you're pulling them
mhm.
out.
Yeah.
So here in California it's a little different. And then with age too.
Mm.
Young men out here, miss me with that. I can't do it. I won't do it. Get somebody else to do it.
Oh yeah. I respect that. How old are you?
I'm 27.
Oh yeah, you gonna run into what? You gonna run into
Mm-hmm.
that? You gonna run into that? These
Yeah,
they
no
not.
more. No more. That's why I leave dates. Thank you. I'm not doing
She
this.
said, "Yeah, no, I'm out," and
Yeah,
then
I'm
took
out.
off.
I'm out.
Man, that's wild. That is actually wild. Um, all right, I got to get into the goal of the show, which is philanthropy, garnering support
Mm-hmm.
from the audience and putting it towards a charity or nonprofit that you care about. What charity or nonprofit would you like to spotlight today, and why is the cause that it faces so important to you? And since you decided to do two, go for it, man. Talk about both.
So there's two organizations that I want to highlight. The first is Universal Cafe. They're a food recovery organization, and they really work to get food that is still good and give it to people who need it. And that is so iconic in the face of people trying to make it illegal for us to preserve food that stores will give away, restaurants will give away, and make it illegal to do that. And instead say, okay, we're going to take that and give that to people who otherwise would just be like sitting next to and watching us waste food. And I believe that they recently went through a major theft recently, if I'm remembering correctly. So they are very, very, very much in need of funding, of support, of honestly just word of mouth too. So that's the first one. And then NorCal Resist. I cannot speak enough on how badly and how like strongly they're supporting our communities, especially against ICE. They're providing both like financial funding and in-person support. Like they will go to the courts for you. They will fight on the grounds with you and with your families and with people you care about. And we should all be caring about each other. But they are boots to the ground, helping us fight this oppression. And I love them so much. I love both of these organizations. And if you can spare anything, I think these are the two groups that you should be having in your sights.
Most definitely. Most definitely. So hopefully those who are on the sound of our voices who are watching this live or those who are coming back and watching this later, they are moved by not just you, your story, but also, by that description of both groups that they in fact donate their time, energy, and efforts.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Mother Venom, see ya.
He's a moon.
I want to say thank you so much for joining me this evening for this interview. We before we close out though, we like to close with words of wisdom for the next generation.
Mm-hmm.
What words of wisdom would you have for someone who is, you know, not just dealing with who is crippled by their imposter syndrome?
Mm. Ooh, the one thing I be saying is who gonna check you, boo? Who gonna check you? If you are the owner of your life and you handle everything that needs to be handled, who gonna check you and put yourself in that predicament? That's it.
Most definitely. Most definitely. I'm rocking with it. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. It's been an absolute honor and pleasure. And look, if you ever want to come back for another one, you are more than welcome. If you have anyone that you would recommend for a sit down with me, I will
Absolutely.
gladly accept them. And yeah, man, I will. I'm gonna bring you down and close out the show, and we can discuss afterwards. Cool.
Perfect.
All right, now. Two
Thank you for
seconds.
having me.
Thank you. Huh, that was amazing. You guys, that is Mother Venom. Please make sure she plans on dropping a project this quarter. So please, you guys, be on the lookout for that. Go check her out on Instagram, all her socials. I'll be definitely be tagging her when I upload this. It has been an amazing time getting to know such an amazing artist. NorCal, Sacktown, you got one. Um, and yeah, you guys, catch me here next Wednesday for another amazing interview. Um, yeah, that's it. I feel enlightened by this one. And yeah, I'm looking forward to see you guys again. I'm Ezel Moon, and I'm not doing it unless it's fun and it helps people. Peace.